guys, E. Latimer here. I wanted to do a video about something that doesn't get talked about very often, which is being on submission. Now, there are two main reasons that people don't talk about it, and they're both good ones. And first and foremost, it's to remain professional. When you go for a job interview, you don't talk about it afterwards. Other than to maybe say that I had a job interview, I hope it went well. You don't really go on Twitter or Facebook and share details about what you thought the interview went like, who the person was that was interviewing you. You just don't talk about it because it's not a professional thing to do. And same goes for going on submission. Now, the second reason that we don't talk about it is because, say I post a video when I went on submission for Bryony, and say I had said, today's the day, I'm going on submission, yay. You know, that doesn't seem that bad in theory, but what if, say, my book doesn't sell for the first round, we go out for a second round 6 months later, and one of the editors in round 2 sees that video and goes, 6 months ago was when she went on submission. Okay, obviously I'm not her first choice, A, and B, nobody is tripping over themselves to buy this book. Neither of those things are impressions you want to create. So these are two of the main reasons that people don't talk about being on submission very much. We joke that it's a little bit like Fight Club. The first rule of submission is you don't talk about submission. But I made it out of Fight Club. I sold my book. So I am free to blab about it and what being on submission was like. Obviously, I'm not going to go deep into details of my own submission process because, again, you want to remain professional. But I wanted to touch a little bit on what it's like actually going through the process. Okay, so what is it? Being on submission basically means your editor has taken your manuscript, created a pitch for it, and taken it out to multiple publishing houses and pitched it to editors within those publishing houses. And depending on your agent, this process is going to look a little bit different for every author. Every agent is going to have a different submission strategy. That also might mean that they send it to 15 different editors in round 1, or it could mean that they have very small intimate rounds just with people they have very close contacts to and can actually go have lunch with. So they might only sub it to 5 different editors the first time they go out. Now, in this submission process with Bryony Gray, I only got to round 1, and my book actually sold within 10 days. And that's actually something else we can talk about, is how long the submission process takes, because 10 days is actually pretty darn fast. It's very normal to be on submission for like 3 months, say. That's also the time when your agent would probably send out a few emails, nudge a few people and be like, oh, hey, remember this one? Have you got around to it yet? So if you have been on sub for 3 or 4 months, definitely don't sweat it. Again, it completely varies from author to author. So when it comes to that, what do you do when you're on submission? The first thing you do when you get that email that says you are now on submission is celebrate. Pop that champagne, go out for dinner, run up and down the street screaming, whatever you gotta do. Let yourself celebrate because you wrote a book. Not only did you finish that book, you got an agent with it, and now you're on submission, and that is a huge deal. A lot of people don't even get there. So even though I know you're scared, you're not sure if your book is going to sell or not, celebrate anyways. The second thing you do, once that excitement has worn off, is start a new project. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's so important to take your mind away from the fact that you are on submission. Now is the time to give into that shiny new idea that has been badgering you. Let yourself get into it 100%. Okay, so we've hit our time limit for today. I don't want to do like a 20-minute video because nobody has the patience for that. But there's still so much we haven't talked about. So I will probably do a part 2 of this video. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, the WordNerds have our live chat, and we would love to see you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.